She literally said, "You'll never have kids again. So you need to just forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it."
So, want to hear my story? Well, here it goes. Hello beauties, welcome to another video. This is going to be a little different for my channel and a big surprise for all of my people that are in my journey family. Well, surprise. I am pregnant, guys. I have been keeping this secret from you. Do not charge it to my heart, charge it to my head. And well, finally ready to tell you about it. So we're going to talk about all of the things, how I got here, why I'm here at 41 years old. It was just as much of a surprise to me as it is to you. So let's get into it. Before I get started, welcome to anybody that is a guest. I'm pretty sure I will have many guests step into here because there are many people struggling with some of the same things that you see on the title. And so welcome to any guests that are new, anybody that's a returning guest, and most certainly to my beautiful journey family that's been on this ride my whole entire YouTube journey. And even my new journey family members that have joined me just for joining me. Thank you to all of you guys that have been here with me, for me, and supporting me. So yeah, and we'll get right into it. So I am Tiffany. If you're new here, I am 41 years old. I have a 19-year-old daughter, just turned 19, who is in her first year of college, and we are pregnant. We are very pregnant. And so I wanted to get on here because I know there's lots of ladies that have struggled with things that I have struggled with. And so I want to get on here and A, tell my story about the things I've struggled with, B, tell you about the craziness that I went through on this journey of fertility and all the things, and infertility and fibroids and all the things, and then how we came about this surprise and how it's going. So first things first is that I was struggling with fibroids. Fibroids, if you don't know much about them, they are predominantly, I believe, an African American thing that we struggle with. I know anybody can have them, but I do know they're very prevalent amongst the African American ladies. And so pretty sure if you are of African American and you're watching this, you're probably like, yep, my mom, me, my grandma, my aunt. I'm pretty sure if you don't have it, you know somebody who has. And I had it really bad, guys, to the point where I was
Bleeding out.
when it came to cycle time. I'm talking about going to the restroom to change every 10-15 minutes, or I was going to mess up my clothes. And also kind of in that stage of my life at the time where I was about to get engaged and wanting another child, and my daughter wanted another child, and the person I was with wanted another child, and so begin to kind of look at how all that was going to make sense and work. And this was all before COVID, around the COVID time, I will say. And so that made it even harder because everything was kind of shut down. And my fibroids were really bad, to the point where they kept sending me to specialist after specialist after specialist. And it eventually got to the point where they were like, you would have to have either IVF or such an extensive surgery and then IVF to get pregnant that I don't know that it's even possible. And so at the time, I kind of had resorted to, well, I just need to get the fibroids out so that I can stop bleeding out, if that's the case. And then whatever happens after that happens. And went to several fertility doctors that actually performed the surgeries. And I had one out of Dallas. She was just the worst. And basically told me, like, you're too old. And at the time, y'all, I was like mid 30s, like 36 or something like that. She's like, you're too old, your body's too old, you just need to forget about it. You're not, like, nobody's gonna do this surgery on you. It's just too extensive. You got too much going on. Nobody's going to do it. And there was actually a doctor in the office who had agreed to do it. And this doctor went and told that one, talked her into not doing it. And so they turned me down. I actually end up finding this beautiful doctor. Her name is Dr.Tiffany Jackson in Dallas, Texas. I think she's in Dallas. She's in the Metroplex. But if you look her up, you can find her. I will try to pop her up on the screen. But Dr. Tiffany Jackson, I went to her and it was like, oh, yes, I can do that for you. Absolutely, no problem. So easy, all the things, girl. And lifted my spirits. And in the least, I felt like, even if I can't have another kid, at least I can get this fixed to where I'm not bleeding out and my life isn't so altered, and I just felt bad all the time and hurting all the time. And so I went to Dr. Tiffany Jackson. She did the surgery and sent me on my way. The surgery went off without a hitch. It was painful, of course, because it's almost like getting a C-section is what it kind of felt like healing from. And it's the same amount of time as well that you're down when you have it. So got the surgery done and basically went back to the doctor and they were like, okay, if you're going to have a kid, you have within a year to do that after this surgery, or those things are going to start growing back and you're not going to have a chance to have any kids. Well, that wasn't going to happen because I was now by myself. My relationship situation had ended and it was just me and my daughter. And we start thinking about, okay, well, maybe we can adopt, maybe we can foster, what are some things that we can do? And none of that ended up happening. And I pretty much had kind of settled on, okay, this is life. We're probably not going to have another kid. And my daughters are getting older. She's about to graduate soon. What am I going to do with my life? I'm probably going to travel the world. I'm a therapist and do my business remote and let that be that. That's kind of what we did. We made peace with it and decided to kind of keep moving. Well, fast forward a few years later and me and the guy started, talking again. And I go to the doctor and just kind of start asking questions. And the nurse calls me back later and says, the doctor says you might as well forget about ever having kids. You're too old. Your body's too ruined. All the things. You need to just take it out and just move on with your life. Just like that. Cold, no feeling to it. It is what it is. You literally just told somebody they'll never have kids again. And it was just kind of like, okay, all right, talk to you later. Bye. And she was gone. Devastating news for me because I knew my daughter really wanted a sibling. I really wanted another kid and didn't want to leave her in this world alone. But they had just told me that I'm too ruined. I'm too old. It's never going to happen. And after having that surgery and spending all that money, she took out almost, guys, something like, I don't want to be dramatic, but I don't have the number in my head, but something like maybe 13 or so fibroids. And they were big, huge ones. Like they weren't small. And I was like, I'm not going through that pain again. Because the nurse was basically like, you need to just have everything taken out. Well, I'm not doing that again. If it doesn't work, fine, leave it in there, So we made peace with it. For sure. Everybody made peace with it. Moving on with life. It is what it is. And then 4 years later, out of nowhere, my cycle doesn't come. My daughter's like, Mom, has your cycle come? The guy's like, hey, you hadn't mentioned hurting or anything lately. And I thought, surely not. So I run to the store, grab a bunch of tests, take them, and I see the faintest of a line. And I'm thinking, you have to be kidding me. So I go back to the store, buy some more, take them again, and the line is still there, I think even more prevalent. And I call the doctor's office and they're like, go get one of the digital ones that literally say pregnant or not pregnant. Those are the only ones that are for sure the closest to being accurate. And I take it, and sure enough, it says pregnant. Can't believe my eyes. Cannot believe, like, this is not even real or not even happening. The lady told me for sure I would never have kids again. The doctor told me for sure in Dallas, you're too old. Nobody's going to do that surgery. And even if you did, you'd have to have extensive IVF to get pregnant. what is this? So going to the doctor, get official testing, and sure enough, I am indeed pregnant. I went through a range of emotions because I thought first I was angry. Now my life is altered because I had these plans of what I was going to do when my daughter went off to college, because I thought like there was nothing to worry about. I can't have kids. Okay, I'll just when she goes off to college, I'm going to go travel the world and see the world and do what I do. And so I remember talking to the same doctor who gave me the message through the nurse of, you'll never have kids again. And I'm like, so what about that? And she's like, well, God proves us wrong all the time, doesn't he? Yeah, I guess so, lady. But that is definitely life altering. And I'm definitely not the kind of mom to ever go get rid of my kid, you know, off of a decision that I made. And so here I am at 41 years old, about to have a little bambina. It is a girl, by the way. And so I say all of this to say, guys, and this is like such an impromptu video, no real structuring to it. Just wanted to tell my story before I start bombarding you guys with videos about pregnancy, babies, and that. But women that are struggling with fibroids, that are in turn struggling with infertility, please be encouraged. Women that are older that still haven't had kids yet and still want them and thinking I'm too old, please be encouraged. Women that are being told by doctors it's impossible, don't listen to them, because they do not have the final say. They are not all knowing, case in point. And something could turn around for you. If you have fibroids and you're in the area, please check out Dr. Tiffany Jackson. She is so kind and so gentle and so sweet. Tell her that I sent you, that Tiffany from Texas sent you, and go see her. If somebody tells you no, go get a second and a third opinion, because it took about that many for that to happen. And even after that many no's, it's still a yes. It's still a yes. Get that surgery and just take care of yourself, take care of your body. At the time I had started losing weight and trying to eat healthier and trying to look better and feel better, taking care of my mental health. I just started kind of pouring into myself when I felt like I was never going to have another kid again, and it was just going to be me and my one daughter, and soon she would be flying off to get ready to start her career path, and I would be by myself. And I didn't want to be one of those moms sitting around going like, oh my God, what do I do now? And so I just started taking care of myself, and boom, it happened. So again, if a doctor's telling you absolutely not, I'm not telling you to discount what a medical professional is saying to you, but I'm telling you to also take it with a grain of salt, because she was so sure, both of those doctors, when they told me I would never have kids again, or it would be so extensive that it would be ridiculous and nobody would want to do it. And out of nowhere, without any of that, here we are 4 years later. So be encouraged. Get second and third opinions. Take information with a grain of salt. Make sure you're taking care of yourself and your body in the meantime. And don't think because you're getting older that it's too late or too dangerous. I've had all the testings done on my baby, and so far, everything has come back perfect. There's no complications in any of her vitals, her growth. All of the testings have come back negative, that could be harmful. I mean, we haven't seen her in the flesh yet, but so far, anything that people worry about with older age has been a no so far. So don't discount yourself if you are older and still wanting to have kids. It's not too late. I'm going to do subsequent videos as far as like how my body has handled it, the mental health part of it, preparing for it, all of that. So if you are interested, you can definitely follow me for that, because I will be making more videos. But please just be encouraged. Be encouraged and know that man doesn't have the final answer. I don't know who you believe in or what higher being you believe in or whatever, but I know that these doctors didn't do this. Has to be the universe, God, higher being. And so, yeah, I just wanted to get on here and tell you guys that, because I know there's many, many, many women, especially African American women, struggling with fibroids and infertility because of them, or just pain because of them. There's women all over the world of every race struggling from infertility issues. And wanting to have children, maybe even being told you can't have children. There are women that are older and maybe not with anybody, and worried that, oh my God, I'm getting so old, I haven't found anybody and still haven't had kids. 41. 41. I'll be 42 in April, this April. And we're about to have another little bambina. So be encouraged, ladies. Please ask any questions that you have. I do ask that you be respectful. I am not a doctor or medical professional. I'm not telling you anything, medical. That I'm giving you my story. I'm giving you my experience. I'm telling you this to be encouraging to other ladies. So please, no negativity at all. If you feel negative about it, you don't like something, please just click off and go left. But for my ladies that are here because you want to be encouraged, you want to hear a story like yours or something that gives you hope, I'm here to do that. I'm here to encourage you because it may not be too late. And to just know that that doctor had to eat her words, and that nurse too. And they didn't like it because a dang sure went in there like, so let's talk about it. What happened? Because, last I checked, you very frankly told me that the chances were 0 and -0. That's it, guys. I just wanted to drop in and tell you that. If you watched my Vlogmas, then you already knew that this surprise was coming. But for my Journey fam who didn't know, then here we are. But anyways, guys, I will leave information down in description. I didn't really talk about anything, but just a little bit of encouragement. And follow me for more if you're interested in over 40 pregnancy and all the things that go with that. And I just want you to be encouraged. Please drop any information in the description box that you want to talk about or hope for or whatever. Thank you for joining me. And as always, hit the like button if this was helpful to or for you. It supports the channel and helps me keep making content like this for you. And if I'm your vibe and you haven't joined my family, don't forget to subscribe. We would love to have you in the Journey family for sure. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.